Haven't done a recap in a while, and I want to do one today because it was an intraday day. I actually decided not to trade, and by not to trade, it means I only traded one account. It was just a new eval because I want to add some more accounts. Um, so there was a lot. It was a lot of news-driven stuff going on, and it was crazy moves. And the first half hour was all news-driven drop in NQ. In MNQ. So I waited till after 10 for it to calm down. These numbers were at 5, 6, 7,000, which is abnormal. Even this is a bit high, even at this time, which is 11 o'clock a.m. in New York. Anything over 2,500 is abnormally large, I guess, considered volume or ticks per second. But I used it as a gauge of if I should trade or not, and it was just out of whack. And even after 10, it was out of whack. So it's like, you know what? Let me stick to the one account. And I'm going to go through what my view of the market was, the mindset, and the crazy thing is, the bouncer trade that I told would have lost today, and if it's going to lose, it's going to lose on a day like today. Now this was 10 o'clock news, which I don't trade anyway, but like you could see, this is second Standard Deviation, first Standard Deviation. This, if I was trading, I would have lost. Trying to do the bouncer trade, but the thing that makes me stop to do the bouncer trade was if it's news driven, if these numbers are too high, that's when the bouncer trade is going to lose. So I was smart enough to know not to trade it and wait for the market to calm down, and it never really calmed down to a level that I was comfortable with. So this is the first trade. I usually wait 5 minutes. Now unfortunately it was 10:03, it wasn't 10:05, but Ludwig level, I like the short here. I didn't take it. Second touch, didn't take it. But the third one, I said, let me take a quick scalp, because I would never usually trade when we're below second Standard Deviation. Here I'm looking to go long. But with such a down pressure in this move, I was like, there's a good shot. This is going to continue the downtrend from here. So I played it and kept it really tight. With my ATM, the first target's, I don't know, maybe 7 points or so, 6, 7 points, and I have it as marketed touch, so I get out, or if it touches it, and I do that for a reason. But sometimes I get 6 points, and in this case, the way it works is I hit it, and you can see it here, and then there's a follow stop. So if I get 6 or 7 points, it goes to 2 ticks on the second contract. And you can see that's what happened. I was out of the trade, which was a good thing. It was I got lucky that I got out of that. Now I could have added in, and I would have got out here anyway. But now, as this continues, and now the Ludwig level doesn't hold, and you got second Standard Deviation. Now I'm like, all right, that was a long run down, 200 point down. I'm going to be looking for longs here when it retouches this area or gets into the second Standard Deviation. I had two things going on. Now I see Ludwig level hold and produce a nice long trade to this level. Perfect. So it's like, all right, that confirms that I should be looking for longs, and the bouncer trade could be back in play here because the bounces did get them out of the club here. Bounce price out. So now I'm looking for the bounce trade to hold, and it pretty much did. So you can see it coming back down. I didn't take it here. I was waiting for it to come in here because it was still such a strong downtrend. I needed to get good entries. And here, finally, it breaks here. When I see it break and throw right out back to Ludwig, I'm like, it's probably going to bounce, and I like ranges. I'll play range for 10 minutes if it's going to, and NASDAQ will do that. It will get into a range for 10 or 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and I'll play those ranges up and down. And you can see exactly what it was doing. So great entry right as soon as it gets in the club, and exit right here. This was moving so quick, I would normally put my second target above, like at 79, and I couldn't even do it. So it hits, and when it pulled back, you could see the stop kicked in, and it pulled. But it was still a good winning trade for the second winning trade of the day, and it was long instead of a short. Again, bouncer trade. You look at it, would have won again. I didn't take it. I was being real conservative because these numbers were out of whack. But it comes back down. Now I took it again, and again another beautiful long trade from second Standard Deviation to Ludwig. Just playing that zone. Not sure what went on here. Okay, Ludwig breaks. Now I'm going to play a touch. I see this touch go and win. Figure it's going back to this Ludwig, so I'm going to play that zone. And this all adds up. You can see what the profit was for the day. This all adds up. There are 5-10 points here. It doesn't look like a lot, but if that's a 15-point trade total with 2 contracts, it's $30. And so that was my 5th or 6th trade. I was probably over 100, $150 already that quickly within 5 minutes. That's how quick the total can go up. And I was almost done. I'm saying I was done because I traded more. All right, so I didn't play this bound. Like, I do like this, and I could add in here if it kept going, but I was again being real cautious. But when I see the move here, I was going to play it to this level here. And so you see that it missed the level and it had a support and resistance trade-off. So this was a trade right there. And again, I probably would have took both off here and took 8 points on each for 16 points. It moved so quick, my follow stop kicked in. And I got it all the way up here until I could actually, ninja freezing up. And the price moving so quick, I couldn't even move my target quick. And it was, a good thing because this got 25 points, which is what this is set at. I think it's set at 24, 25 points. It's 96 ticks. Yeah, it actually got that full target there because it moved so quick and the follow stop went right up and it never pulled back. So that was a huge winning trade, which got my total way up. And that really was enough for me. This was, I was again thinking we're going to this level, so I played it here. When this happened, it went so fast I couldn't even add in, but it came flying right back. Now, the normal move is why I just closed this trade. I hit close to get out. Is because the normal move is when it breaks, it usually touches here and then will continue down. Luckily, it blasted through, and by the time, I was getting closer at break even. Once it broke above, I couldn't even, again, it was moving so fast, I couldn't even move my target. So, Ninja was freezing a little bit. So I just hit close, and it got me out, 6 points there on that. So again, another good, and it was a good escape because, these levels, because it was so crazy, they weren't holding like normal. They were blasting through them and then, then doing the move. Because normally it would touch and then go, but it blasted through and then, again, went like it should have. Held up for here. I think I took maybe 1 or 2 more. Then I traded a little bit after 10:30, but not much. I was pretty much done for the day at this point. Again, level breaks, hits. Now, once this level breaks, I think, all right, we're going to go to this level, or we actually eventually go into this Ludwig. So the play was, let it come back, touch here, get out there. And again, another, 12 points and 7 points. So 20-point trade is $40. Pretty much done here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was an eval. So I never really do this. This is a, big load up here where I took 8 contracts and I got them out. Just playing this level and being I sized up so much, I got out real quick. But still, they got 5-6 points each. So this was probably a pretty big, huge win there. Playing the level again. This was more of a normal trade. I probably just got a little crazy there because it was an eval. And then got through there. Target. These were great. I never even got able to add in, but I got out at really good spots there. Again, same exact trade. Just, NQ tends to get caught between some levels, and I take advantage of that. You can see I was trying to get to the Ludwig with the second target, and the pullback took out my follow stop. And that was pretty much it. Now, funny thing is how I flipped from longs to shorts. Why? Because we were big down day. Ludwig level here. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be able to get, because when I saw this hold, it will probably hit this 2 or 3, 4 times before it gets through. So I just played that. And I think when this level broke, if I was in at 26, yeah, I was thinking we're going here. And I wasn't too worried because I knew I could add in here. It's exactly what, look, the level breaks, I think, we're going to play this level. And it didn't work. It pulled back, but that's where look, you can see, we're 34, I added the 1, which is a little head. And it was a good add because it never really hit Ludwig. So it was a great add, and then now I'm just looking out to get a break even, but everything made money on this one. And a good, it actually didn't hit here. It would have hit here, but you never know with this, especially in a market like this that was so, down. And just it could have been reversing trend here and blasting through Ludwig. So I kind of got out once I saw it hesitate, or the follow stop got hit. So that was that trade. Again, I think we're going long again. And once this happens, it moves it quick, or I didn't add in here for whatever reason, because it was a quick move, or I could have been frozen. But once it came right back, I just got out. Or it might have hit my stop. Because my stop, what was that, 10 points? Looks like I had to take a stop on that. Or I closed it manually because I didn't like the price action. And I wasn't, so I just hit close for whatever reason. And I lost 10 points on each. So legit losing trade there. Now I'm back to the down bias. So you can see these entries. Still a decent trade, even though it doesn't look like a lot. It's 7 points and 1 point. So the, it was hitting the first target so quick and then pulling back and get, it was getting 2 ticks. And that was fine. Same thing again, same exact trade. Hitting first target, pulling back, getting the other one. So only making money on the first contract, but 7 and 7 is 14 points, which is about $30. And yeah, still going. Again, playing the level. It broke the level. Playing this level short. Target. Another. That was a big trade. And the fact that I got more than I normally get. At 70, I'm at 62 and 53. So this was, again, I was going short, thinking we're going down to Ludwig's, and it was wrong. But I added in. Again, really good add-ins. At these levels, I added 2 actually, and took a little bit of heat, but not much, assuming these levels were going to hold up on a short day, and just looking for it to, slam back down to my entry, which originally was 53, and I took everything out. Well, I got some 49s, got some 54, so looks like I was at 55 was my worst entry, so everything made money here, 4 contracts. So this was a good 20, 25 point trade. Almost $40, $50. So that's how the totals got so high. This was interesting. I think I went, when I saw this break and didn't hit, I was like, all right, this is going to be a good long here. And it was. I was right. Just when I saw this, because the move really, if it breaks and it touches, when this happened, I was like, oof, let me get out of this trade. And it flew back. By the time I hit close, I actually got money on this, 1 or 2 point, 3 point win. But I didn't trust this because normally it will touch and go right. It didn't. And you can see ultimately it did hit there and then the pullback. That might have been, I think I took 1 more contract. Yeah, it was that was another 2 contract trade. Again, we never hit Ludwig. So I was playing the pullback to this level and then back to Ludwig. But first contract got hit and the second one got taken out in the pullback. So again, 7, 8 points altogether, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, if I was in 11, I got 5 and 6, so 11 points. And then I took 1 contract, just because I was up so much, I didn't want to risk anything. And it was a good exit in at 11, which is this level, playing it back to that, which was 30, but I got out of 15. Price must have stalled a little bit. So I just kind of got out, I think, with this pullback. And I should have stayed in it, but whatever. That was it for the day. So, yeah, I didn't take anything else. That's where, let's see where our price, now price is very calm right now. This is where it should be for the day. And, I'm not going to take any trades, but if I was, it's probably going to go right to this level here. Because once it peaks through, and as soon as I say it, and I would probably be out. Like I said, I get my profits right in front of the level. Because it tends to just pull up. And again, look at that. So another thing. At 65, if my level's here, I'm going 64.75. And sure enough, there's a reason for it. That's exactly what would happen. And, it's probably going to come back here. But who wants to deal with this pullback when you're doing, you know, 1 or 2 micros at a time. You want to get your money. If anything, I would jump back in the trade here and play it to the same area again. And, you know, you're still talking 10 points in 2 contracts. But again, when this level breaks, support and resistance radar, chances are it's coming to here because it did break it. So I'd be, and sure enough, it's crazy. Like both trades, as soon as I said it, it went here and it went there because I just watching this so much. And look how it stopped short again. And again, 40, I'm probably at 41. You know, the whole numbers is a real thing. The 5s and the 0s are real. And I see this happen over and over where it stops short of that. And again, look at even these here. They didn't hit, you know, they missed 40. They stopped right below. And I guess in general, people put a lot of orders, maybe here or something that stops price short. And eventually it does get there. You know, it got down to 37 here. But again, it's still short of the level. Now, in this area, I'm really not trading because look what it's doing. I don't know where it's going at this point. It didn't break this level, so chances are it's going back up. And again, as soon as I said that, and again, look where it stopped. I mean, incredible. 65 on the nose. So again, that's why I put my targets at these. So these are all reinforcement. That's why I make these videos, to reinforce why I'm doing what I'm doing. Now, once I see this level break, now we're probably going here. So I wouldn't mind longing here and taking it right up. And that's a 90. So I would definitely go, you know, 88 or so. But, you know, is this level going to hold? Now, what if it doesn't? Chances are now I'm going to have to add in here, then play it back and just manage this trade and get out of it. So that would be the logic of it, to do it like that. And, you know, and again, the normal move here, it's going to touch here and then come back down. But now anything could happen. It's probably going to go here. But if this level's trying to hold and push it back down, and it's a battle right here, right now. But there you go. Once it breaks it, it's going to go here now. So this trade ultimately would win because it is going to come up here now. It's 10 points still to go. But just seen it enough now. Once it gets that close, it might fall short at 88 or so. There you go. So that's how this works. And there you go. It actually touched it this time. But there's a good chance it's going right back down here. So that's how the levels work. Even though they're not the most powerful level, the support and resistance radars, they are relevant. And you can see it's fighting it. Now, chances are that it broke this. Now I like the long right here. Now you got a whole number here, which is strong resistance. So I don't really like to go long into this. I like the long more from here and back up to here, and let 21,100 do what it's going to do, and let it really break it before it's going to go back to this Ludwig. So that's the logic of the strategy, and you can see the levels live in action. This is live price action. I probably should have put it in sim and did what I was doing because it would have worked the way it was, and maybe we will. Let's go right to the sim, and if we go here,
order submitted.
Let's jump in early too.
Order filled.
And I'm going to see, you can see the ATM kick in. So that's a winning trade no matter what. Now I would put my target right there.
Target filled.
And there you go. That's how you, look, 35 bucks that quick. Just playing the pullback, and it never hit the level. And it could have, you know, and then I would have added in here and just get out of that trade, you know. Usually, if I'm right, these trades win it that quickly. If they're not, now I just got to manage it. And, you know, this 200, if I go down 200, it closes the trade. And that's my protection, protecting the account. And even if it's a 25K, you got $1,500 to draw down. 200, you know, you still got $1,300 left. And you can see how quick this adds up. So anyway, that's a recap video for the day. And I'm glad I got to show a live trade on there. It was cool.